Now, here's your host, Pete McTee's.
Thank you. Wow, welcome to Pete McTees' Clubhouse. What a great group of kids today. And in our studio audience, we have Tiger Cub Pack 41 and Brownie Troop 672, and they're from Ore Valley. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Yay! And let's hear it for my buddy Captain Cool. Come on out, Captain Cool. Yay! Wow. How are you, Captain Cool?
Good.
Well, we have a great group here in the clubhouse today.
This sure is a good group of kids.
Yeah, they're real loud, and I like that.
Yeah, we like them when they're loud.
Yeah, they're having fun. So what's the cool word today, Captain Cool?
Cool word today, Pete, is musical instruments.
Musical instruments. Yeah, you know, I have a guitar. Is that a musical instrument?
A guitar is a musical instrument.
Okay.
A lot of our boys and girls here and at home probably play musical instruments.
Yeah, they probably practice and take piano lessons and things like that.
But I have a really cool idea if you don't have a musical instrument.
What do you do?
We can make our own.
How do you do that?
Well, you know those oatmeal containers?
Yeah, right?
With that funny little man on the front?
Yeah, it's like a round thing like that.
We can take those when they're empty and decorate them, and we can make them into drums.
That's a cool idea.
Or you can fill them full of like bottle caps or beans, and you can make shakers or tambourines out of them.
Oh, that makes a cool noise then.
And you can also make tambourines out of little pie plates.
Can you really?
That's a cool idea.
Make your own musical instruments.
Maracas.
Yeah.
We can blow into jugs and make like our own little
horn.
A jug band in the neighborhood.
Yeah, maybe Mom and Dad can help the kids make their own musical instruments.
Good idea.
We'll see you later, Captain Cool.
I'll be back.
Okay, and we'll be back with more fun. Don't go away. Hello again, and welcome back to Pete McTees' Clubhouse. I'm Pete McTee, and this is my clubhouse. You know, today on the show, Sammy Joe will be stopping by and Professor Noodles, but right now, it's time to wake up Wembley. Let's see if Wembley's awake, okay? Wembley, are you in there? Yes, he is. Hi, Wembley. Good morning. Are you hungry, Wembley? Now, see, you messed up your hat. Fix your hat. Okay. All right, Wembley, sit. Oh, I didn't say speak, did I? No. Okay, speak. Okay, jump up and down. Make your ears flop around. That's good. He's a smart dog. Let's hear it for Wembley. Yay! Hi, Scooter.
Hi, Pete.
This is my computer, Scooter. Later on, we're gonna use Scooter. I want to listen to some music later on. So, Scooter, you just take a rest because we'll be talking to you later. But look at Wembley. Boy, he's eating it up. Boy, he's a real hungry dog. Yeah. You think he's hungry? Should I give him another biscuit? Huh? Should I give him... Okay, let's give him another biscuit. Okay, Wembley, are you hungry, boy? Here, Wembley. Okay, sit. Speak. Speak again. All right. Yeah, boy, he's a hungry dog. Okay, I wonder where Sammy Joe is. She's not... Come on in. Hi, Sammy Joe. I was just telling the boys and girls at home that you should be stopping by here any time now.
I know. Well, I had a big day. I was out training the professor today.
Training him to do what?
Well, we were doing a little bit of boxing out there, and I've got him almost all worn out.
Boxing, Professor Noodles.
And in this corner, who weigh 106 pounds, soaking wet.
It is Kid Plaid.
Professor.
He's harmless.
Yeah. He looks kind of goofy, Sammy Joe.
Jab, jab, jab.
I've never seen a boxer look quite like that.
The Kid Plaid.
You're going to punch out Captain Cole. Be careful there.
You better slow down,
goofball.
Professor. You have a lot more exercising to go.
What?
Yeah, you have to.
Remember, we've just gotten started. You're going to be all worn
Relax.
out.
Here, I'll get the stool since you're a fighter. There you go. You okay, Professor?
Right, Pete, the fight isn't for another month.
Professor, what's in your eye?
What's in my eye?
Yeah, there's something in your eye. Take it out.
Okay.
I knew he'd do that, Sammy Joe. What a goofball.
Oh.
Say, your fingers are all stuffed in there.
Yeah,
or
you know
something.
why, Pete?
Why?
Because they're in boxing gloves. They put me on these. They needed somebody to fill out the boxing team.
So what kind of work are you guys doing to get ready?
Whoa, look at that.
Well, we're doing a lot of footwork.
Professor.
Professor, remember with
Relax.
boxing, you have to be extremely careful here.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, that's right, that's
Remember,
right.
Boxing's
safety
a
is a
sport.
priority
Footwork,
for boxing.
footwork.
Okay, let's go. Watch Professor's footwork.
Wow, you have good
Look
footwork there, Professor.
A little bit faster there.
But I don't think fighters wear goofy shoes like that, Sammy Joe.
Well, they will
No,
now,
we're
Pete.
working on the uniform.
Kid plaid.
Kid plaid.
Kid plaid.
Okay.
I thought you were going to be a Power Ranger, Professor.
No, that was last week. I'm gonna be.
You were going to be the Plaid Ranger, you said. You know, there's the White Ranger and the Red Ranger and the Yellow Ranger, and you were going to be the Plaid
But
Ranger.
now I'm gonna be Kid Plaid, Pete.
Kid
We're
Plaid
gonna
the boxer.
It's going to be in the inter-university faculty boxing match.
So who are you going to fight?
The librarian. She's tough,
The
Pete.
librarian?
You know why? And she's mad, too, because I've got to take the books back.
You mean Marion?
Yeah, Marion the librarian. Boy,
He's going to fight Marion?
Yeah,
she's
she'll-
tough. She's
Why?
training, too, Pete.
I don't think that's fair.
Not for her, it
Marion
isn't.
is 85 years old, Sammy Joe.
85.
She's probably
Don't be-
stronger than the
Don't
professor.
be fooled.
She's
Don't
pretty
be
tough.
fooled. She's tough.
Okay.
You try taking a book back 3 weeks late and see how she is.
I never do that, Professor. Always take the books back on time.
Okay,
That's
so
the
Sammy,
right thing to do.
what more do we have to do? I got the gloves on.
Well, Professor, I think you
Okay.
better drop and give me 20 right now for boxing.
That's
20 push-ups.
okay. Ready, go.
What?
One.
What?
20 push-ups. That's what I said. Don't get yourself all worn
You have to get in
out
shape,
coming
Professor,
in
for the
here.
librarian.
Do you want these one-armed or not?
One-armed, I
Okay,
think.
one-armed. Okay.
Hey,
One
just
arm.
like that
One-
Rocky
okay.
guy.
Okay.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay,
Okay.
Professor.
Okay.
That's two arms.
That's one. One.
One. Let's
Two.
count them, Sammy.
Four,
One.
One.
five,
Well, actually,
six,
it's a half.
7,
You have to
Is he
go-
knocked
9,
out already?
10, 11,
Professor,
12, 13,
you have to come
16,
up
18,
to make
20.
one.
All
Okay,
right.
you did
Woo.
one. You
Okay.
did one.
Pete, can you fix me there, buddy?
Where?
There, down there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Professor's losing
Professor,
everything
you did
as usual.
exactly one push-up.
One.
Okay, I'm ready. I'll work my way up. I got a month yet. I'll work my way
Professor, you're going to have to practice that.
up. Okay, go ahead.
Professor, there's a fly on your forehead. Get it! Hurry up! I got him, didn't I, Sammy
Way
Joe?
to go, Pete. That was really funny.
One.
Professor.
2, 3. You have to count to 10, right?
Yep.
4, 9, 10. I skipped a few
Mom.
numbers.
Oh,
You're out.
Professor.
You're out.
Mom, is that you?
Come on, Professor. We've
Professor,
got to help you out
let's help
here.
you out there.
Professor has a lot of work ahead of him.
How many fingers do I have up, Professor?
Mom?
No, I'm not your mother.
Mom?
What day is this? Who's the president? What country are you in?
Pete, is that... I'm in
We
this...
better take Professor out of the
Boy,
clubhouse.
he is a good
and-
fighter. He knocked
yeah,
himself
he's
out.
getting better.
Hey, we'll be back in a few minutes. We're going to have to get the doctor, Sammy
Road work,
Joe.
Pete.
Don't go
Road-
away. We'll be right back.
Lots of road work. Lots of...
You're watching Pete McTee's Clubhouse. The views expressed by the professor do not necessarily represent those of management. Well, hello again and welcome back to Pete McTee's Clubhouse. I just put a CD in Scooter. He plays music too, you know. I love music. Do you like music? Do you boys and girls like music? Yeah. Well, this is orchestra music, and this is one of the classics. It's called The Best of Vivaldi, and let's listen to this. Come on in. Boy, it's never quiet when you want it to be. Come on in. Come in. Professor, quit ringing the doorbell. You goofball.
Pete, I am ringing it. Oh,
Listen to the music I'm playing in Scooter.
that's Vivaldi.
That's Vivaldi, yes.
Vivaldi, Pete. Oh, and that's... Oh, this is the theme to the different seasons, is it
Yeah,
not?
it's called Four Seasons.
That's true.
No, that's a group.
Oh, well, this is a
That's
group,
an
too.
old group.
You know
yeah,
what,
this
Pete?
is an orchestra.
Funny you should mention that, Pete.
You know what I always wanted to do,
Go ahead.
Professor?
What's that?
Was be that guy with the long coattails. And
A magician?
And that stick.
A magician.
No, not a
Oh,
magician.
lion tamer. 'cause
The
he's got
guy
a
who's
what thing?
directing the
The-
orchestra. See, you hear that music? There's a guy up front who's telling them when to get louder and when to stop and when to start.
Okay, Pete, what do you think this gentleman's called? Or person's called?
The guy with the stick.
The conductor.
The conductor.
All aboard! Next
no,
stop.
that's a train conductor.
Well, that's
Is
true.
he called a conductor too?
He's called a conductor too.
The orchestra conductor?
He is called an orchestra conductor.
And that's called a stick?
No, Pete. That's called a baton. Slide over there,
baton.
Pete, buddy, because I got some things we've got to talk about here.
Oh, so you have a book about orchestras.
That's right, Pete. You know, there are, there's bands and
Yes.
there's orchestras and things like that. But did you know that a full orchestra, now let me name some of the instruments that might be found in an orchestra.
I know some.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Electric guitar?
Wrong.
No.
Okay, go ahead. That might be in a jazz
A
ensemble.
kazoo?
Oh, you want a tissue, Pete?
No.
Oh, I thought you sneezed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kazoo.
Okay. How about a trombone?
An organ?
No, Pete. How about a piano?
Piano. I like
That's
pianos.
right, because piano is somewhat of a stringed instrument. Very big, very hard to carry, but mostly it sits still and lets you
That's
play.
why pianos aren't in marching bands.
No, Pete, that's right.
Kind of hard to carry that during the football
That's right.
halftime. Carrying a piano and playing it is kind of hard.
That's true. But Pete, we also have things like we have string basses, we have violas, we have cellos.
I know that viola, he plays baseball.
No, Pete, that's Frank.
Oh, that's
a different thing here. Follow me, Pete.
Okay.
And in the center, we have the woodwinds.
We have wood in the center,
No,
yeah.
wood-
Most stages are made out of wood.
Pete, no.
What?
Follow me here. Woodwinds are in the center stage. And woodwinds, you have piccolos, flutes, you have oboes.
You have
oboes.
pickles?
Oboes play in a lower register, lower register. And we have contrabassoons. And we also
I have a bassethoon.
No, Pete, it's a bassoon.
Wembley is a bassethoon.
No, Pete.
A
Wembley
hound.
is
Oh, basset hound.
Basset hound.
Oh.
And a bassoon is not those big ape-like things that are at the zoo either.
No,
those
okay.
are baboons. And
They're
that might be
baboons.
something else we could study
Okay,
too.
so we have pickles and basset hounds.
Oh, Pete, what am I going to do to show you this?
I don't know. What can you do?
Speaking of showing
What's this
you-
book here?
Well, Pete, this is how an orchestra
Hey, can we
is laid
show
out.
Captain Cool
Okay,
this?
we can show Captain Cool.
Okay, Captain
This is
Cool.
how an orchestra is laid out.
So all the orchestras, well, it's kind of hard to
there we
see,
go,
but
Captain.
like here's the woodwind thing
That's
there,
right.
and the violins and the second violins
Right.
and
And
the jellos.
No, Pete, that's cellos. Captain, what do I get from this guy? Do I get a thumbs
That's
up?
not a jello?
How so.
Right.
Pete,
yeah.
the fellow
What?
that controls the whole thing is called the conductor, standing right in the middle. And
He's a cello fellow.
No, Pete,
No.
he's a happy conductor. But, Pete, I want to tell you something
What?
here. I brought along
Whoa. What is that thing?
This is a baton. This is a conductor's
Oh, I thought it was
baton.
a turkey baster.
No, Pete. Well, you only get a little bit of gravy or juice out of that. But anyway, this is a baton, and ask me why I have it, Pete.
Why do you have the baton, Professor?
Actually, you could use it for knitting needles, but no,
Yes.
Pete, because I had a rare and an exciting opportunity.
To do what?
I got to work with the Junior Symphony Orchestra.
The York Youth Symphony?
Youth Symphony, yes.
Oh, my.
Right.
What, is that what's on this tape?
That's what's on this
Hey,
tape.
put the tape in,
Come on
Scooter.
in here, Scooter.
Let's look at this. You actually got to conduct an orchestra?
Okay.
That's what I like to do.
Now watch,
You have
everybody.
to press O for orchestra.
No,
on
I got to
Scooter.
press P for Professor
Yeah.
Noodles. Bink. There we
Okay,
go.
Turn up the volume
Turn
here.
up the volume.
Okay, Scooter, show us Professor Noodles conducting the York Youth Symphony.
Okay, first of all, to get everything started, we had to tap like this.
Tap.
Here we go.
Hey, there you are, Professor. I hear you. Hey, there you are. You really did conduct the
See
orchestra.
it? There we are. This is the woodwind. This is the first and second violin sections.
Yeah, they're
And
pretty good.
Let's listen.
Wow.
Let's listen to them a minute. They kind of.
Professor, they're
what?
not playing the way
What?
you have them all mixed
Well,
up.
maybe they don't take direction well. What do you think?
I think
Well,
they take
no,
direction well, but
Well,
you don't know how to give the right
I know
direction.
how to give direction. Watch this coming up here, Pete. We can direct anyway. Just watch. Just
Okay.
watch. See, look at that.
That's backwards to
Isn't
direction.
that? And they were playing backwards when I did that. Did you notice that?
Oh, Professor.
These are some of the cellos and the violas. Look, I want more. Give me more. Play more. These are some of the violins. Second violins.
I don't think you know what you're doing.
This is the woodwind section, Pete. There's clarinets and there's some French horns and things like that.
Hey, there you are. You're kind of mixed up there,
Well,
Professor.
that was my slide rule. I had that out because I dropped my baton.
Oh,
and
I
I
see.
kept that underneath the second
Are these
violin.
basset
tuner.
hounds there?
No, they're bassoons. And
No, the bassoons.
that's Muzak, Pete.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was that big bucket thing that guy
What?
was
Oh, this is
was
what
a tuba.
really confused me, Pete, when they told me I had to look at the music.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
See, bang. Now, here's
I
the big.
just saw a jello.
Here's the big finish. This guy's beating on the kettles. Ma and Pa.
They're kind of mixed up,
watch.
Professor, with your
Here
direction.
he is. Listen. Oh, here. Listen to this finish. It's. Hear that?
I
They
don't know,
kind of all
Professor.
started and stopped at the same time there, you know.
I think you're
Yeah.
mixed up.
Now
here's
listen.
this is the real conductor. This
That's
is Sharon.
right. You know what, Pete? Let's listen because these
Look,
kids are
she
nothing
knows how to
short
do it.
of professionals.
Yeah, she was conducting it. See, that was a rehearsal, I guess, huh, Professor? What's rehearsal mean?
That means you practice till you get it right. And you know, from what I heard, these kids have it right on the money.
You need to practice because you do not know how to be a conductor.
Well, actually, Pete, what I did was I started one section on this page, and the next section started on this page, and the next section started on the other page. And you know, we all got it hooting and
Professor,
hollering going on.
you know, you were almost a conductor. You were a semiconductor.
Semiconductor. You know,
Yes.
Pete, that's an electric term, and maybe we could talk about that a little bit later on.
Yeah, but I like orchestras.
I like
and
orchestras,
there
too.
there are big orchestras?
There's big orchestras too, Pete.
And why are they called a symphony?
Well, a symphony, symphonies have the string sections, more string sections, and that's pretty dominant instruments.
You know
in the
what
string
your
section.
orchestra should be called?
What's that, Pete?
It should be called Simply Phony.
Simply phony.
Yeah, kind of like symphony, but yours is simply phony because you don't know how to do it.
Well, yes, Pete, I do.
You're a
because
goofball,
I stood
Professor.
up there and I looked at the kids and I said, okay, kids, are you ready? I tapped like this and they all picked their instruments up together and then they started playing a very ancient Chinese song.
You mean the mixed up thing?
Yeah, well,
What's
they
it
do.
called?
It's called tuning. And it's
Tuning.
where they all kind of like, yeah,
It sounded like oodles and noodles,
Well,
Professor.
that's true, Pete, because...
Hey, maybe, can I borrow this?
Well,
And maybe we
be
could play,
careful.
Scooter, play that song again. I'll play my CD.
Okay, we'll see
And
it.
I can practice being a
See
conductor.
if we can get him doing. Welcome to Masterpiece Clubhouse. Ouch! No. Careful.
Well,
That's a sharp stick, Pete.
we'll
Be
keep
careful.
practicing. We'll be back with more fun. Don't go away here, Professor. Conductor.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with more fun on Pete McTee's Clubhouse. Welcome back to Pete McTee's Clubhouse. Step inside and join the fun. Today, my book of the week has been recommended by the Dauphin County Library. It's called Amos Camps Out. Amos is a dog who spends all of his time on the couch, but he doesn't spend all of his time at home. Amos can make his couch move. One day, the Bobsons, who own Amos, decide to take him on a camping trip. So they pack the car and off they go. Once they get to the campsite, they decide to eat. Mr. Bobson goes to collect firewood so they can cook. Amos tries to help, but finds it's hard to get around the woods on a couch. While helping, Amos notices that there are many strange things out in the woods. While on their trip, they all get to go fishing, and Amos likes that. Later that night, after they've all gone to bed, Amos hears scratching outside his tent. When he peeks outside, Amos sees his hot dogs disappearing into the woods. What does Amos do? Just what is out there? Well, don't be a couch potato. Head over to your library and find out. Read Amos Camps Out.
Amos Camps Out, a couch adventure in the woods. What a silly dog sleeping on a couch out in the woods. And remember, boys and girls, to read books, and so you can learn about all kinds of cool things. And you can even read a book about orchestras and learn about... Ah! Oh, Professor, oh, that really hurt.
Pete, no,
what?
I rang the bell.
What?
All right, well, here, I'll balance it out here.
Oh, yeah, much better. Professor, what are you doing?
I'm conducting myself here, Pete. La da 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 dee. La da 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 da
Professor,
da dee.
that's not
What?
good music.
Well, it would be if this is the kind of music you appreciate.
I don't think you're
And-
supposed to use the baton for that.
Well, when you're not conducting, Pete, you can make your own music.
Well, like Captain Cool said, he said you can make your own musical instruments at home, you know, like out of a Quaker Oats box.
Oh, Pete.
And what?
What do you think I'm doing?
Yeah, but you can't do that. Like if you would grab those measuring cups for Mom, she'll be upset.
But
Leave well enough alone, Professor.
See, Scooter knows. He knows right from wrong.
But Pete, don't you think I asked Mom before I took these?
Did you?
Absolutely, Pete.
Okay.
I wouldn't have them if I didn't. And anyway, you can make your own orchestra, you can conduct your own bands, and just have lots of fun because music is the most beautiful thing to know.
That's right. And you have the jellos and the bassethoons and the pickles and the violis, or no, raviolis. And what are some of the other instruments?
Pete. Keep going, Pete.
You have the bass, that big bass thing.
That's a fish, Pete.
Oh, a fish, yeah.
Don't
big bass thing.
I'll play along. Let's not forget
the jello is smaller than the bass.
The big bass drums. That's where the bass are kept. Then why don't you say that much?
Yeah, right.
Pete, you're ruining the whole thing.
That's not right.
I'm trying to teach everybody about how to conduct an orchestra. Teaching them how to conduct an orchestra and teaching them how the different sections are made up and listen to the beautiful symphonies. And you're talking about basses and buffoons and all sorts of things. What did you learn?
I learned that in an orchestra, you have some strings here, and you have some woodwinds there.
And you got the big noisy drums over there.
Horny things over there.
Right there.
And you got a piano thing over there.
That's right.
And then when they all come together...
It is just... beautiful.
And it proves one thing, Professor.
What's that, Pete?
If you work together, good things come about.
Synergistic, Pete.
That's right.
There you go.
See, if you play together, all the instruments, it sounds great. Well, we had fun today. Hope you did. We'll see you next week on Pete McTee's Clubhouse. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, Pete. Goodbye, kids.